Welcome back to Mr. Buckall's channel. On today's episode, we're going to go over the most unassuming, the most boring tool in the woodyard that does all the work. It's the Pickaroon. Why is this tool so unappreciated? I think it's a very simple tool. Maybe people have injured themselves with it and they don't like to talk about a tool that has injured themselves with. Self-injury is a real thing. Okay. I use this tool quite a bit because it saves my back, and you can move a lot of wood in a very short amount of time. It's a it makes my arms almost 6 foot long, so I can reach without having to bend over. And you could flick the wood, you could throw it, you could use this in many different ways. If you're moving 8-foot logs, you could use it to roll the logs. It has quite a few tools. It's an old school tool. They used this way back when they were using this. They had horses. So this has been around the block for quite a few times, and this is my favorite kind. It's the kind that has this is a pub hook tip on an axe handle. And you can change these because they wear out. They wear out, I guess different quality, lasts longer, shorter amount of time, and it all depends. Also, there's two different kinds of tips. There's a winter tip and there's a summer tip. And the summer tip this section here is a bit bigger than the winter tip. The winter tip is made for more penetration into a harder material, because once the wood is frozen, it becomes almost like a rock. It becomes very solid. So to increase the penetration, a much smaller tip for the winter tips. This is the only tool that if it breaks, I stop. I go get it fixed because I need this tool. It's the most useful for getting all the logs onto the deck. It's the best tool for this job. Now, it's also very dangerous. You have to respect this with, it looks like nothing, but this'll go right into your bone. I know. I stabbed myself once. It was the most painful thing I've ever, it's pretty painful because it went through my boot, into my ankle, and it went right into the bone, and pulled right out, came out real easy, but it hurt. It hurt. I know someone else that did this to themselves. They stabbed themselves in the front of the foot. That's why you're always supposed to swing this away from you. Away. Because it doesn't matter. When I swung, I missed. I knew I was going to hit myself, and I tried to stop it, and it just barely hit me. It went into my boot, through the ankle, and out. I limped for 2 months. So it's a tool that might be why people don't talk about it, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that stabbed himself with the Pickaroon. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys a couple different little tricks for the Pickaroon. I'm going to use these stray logs here. I'm going to throw them back into the pile over here. And you could use the Pickaroon to either lift it to your arm and throw. You could throw directly. Throw wood. Ideally, you want to stab it about halfway, so that you could use the pivot to release. And when you stab it, if you throw it and you rotate it, it'll come out. But if you go the other way, it's going to try to lift the fibers. They're a lot more difficult. Okay, so I hope you guys appreciate this episode and liked learning about the Pickaroon, the underappreciated tool of the woodyard. And this is inexpensive, but very useful. Thank you for watching and subscribe.